All right, guys, in this trend trading video, I am going to show you a trend trading method, okay, that's going to transform forever this type of bullcrap candlestick indicator chart. And with one click of your mouse, I'm going to show you how to make your charts look like this. And whether you trade Forex, futures, or stocks and options, I'm going to show you how a simple trend line based strategy is going to transform your trading today. All right, let's do it. What's up, guys? It's Mark here at DinoTrading.com, the world's #1 resource on learning real price action trading. We don't mess around. We don't look at indicators. We don't look at clutter. We want to keep our charts clean. And boy, did the market start off with a bang this week. Okay, so what we're going to cover in this video, guys, is your one-stop shop type of roadmap on what you need to do to successfully trend trade the market. No matter what you trade, all right, whether you trade Forex, whether you trade futures or stocks, I can promise you, no, I can guarantee you that I'm going to show you a simple trend line method to trade the market, and I'd be shocked if you couldn't master this strategy in like a day. Okay? So I want you to follow along very closely, very carefully. I want you to take notes if you have to, because I believe what I'm going to show you has the power to transform your trading. So let's get into it here. The first thing we need to do, guys, is we got to transform our charts, make them nice and clean. All right? Here's the reality. 99% of you guys out there, all right, you know who you are. Don't make me call you out, but this is the truth. 99% of traders out there are using garbage like this. All sorts of indicators, all sorts of clutter. This is what you need to change about yourself, okay? Make a decision to do something new if the previous method hasn't been working out, right? So watch this. I'm going to show you my charts with one click of your mouse. You're going to transform this chart right here, and you're going to make it look like this, okay? For anyone who's wondering, this happens to be my proprietary custom T-bars charts. I call these the clean charts because obviously these charts are a lot cleaner than these charts. Okay, so that's step one in the roadmap. Now, just because you have clean charts, that's great. But what do you do with this information? In other words, how do you use this data right here? How do you use these price bars, these price charts? How do you use them to catch a trend trade? All right, I'm going to show you right now. Watch this. I have programmed something simple, something easy that will properly, okay, properly and accurately draw for you trend lines. Because if you're going to master trend trading, then you need to master trend lines first. Now, some of you guys might be asking, hey Mark, what the heck's a trend line? I can explain this to you in 5 seconds. A trend line is nothing more than two dots that are being connected with a straight line. That's it. Now here's the catch. There's a right way to properly draw trend lines, and there is a wrong way to draw trend lines. And here's the sad reality, okay? And I know a lot of you guys are probably guilty of this. So the reason I'm making this video is so that you try not to make these mistakes, okay? The one mistake that people make is that they try to draw trend lines on these BS, what I call garbage charts, right? How do you even figure out how to draw a trend line? Do you draw a trend line like this? You know, a trend line like this? I mean, where are your two endpoints, right? It's just a mess. Okay, now let me show you the way that I've programmed a simple drawing tool. Okay, in fact, when you go to your list, you're going to see it right here in the display. Can you guys see that? It says automated trendline longs and automated trendline shorts. Watch how easy the software makes it to draw trend lines, okay? Left click once on top of the name, add it to the chart. All you got to do here, guys, is check this box that says draw trend lines. Watch what happens when I check this box, all right? Check the box, hit OK. Kaboom! Did you see that? The first thing that happened, all right, is this build, which is called the automated trend lines, is going to draw the dots, what I call these anchors for you. Can you see this? I hope this is visible to you guys, on this black background here. Sometimes it might be hard to see, but check this out. These are all pivot points. All of these are statistically significant areas in the chart. They mean something, right? And I always have to say this. You guys have to be mindful and aware of the clues that the market give you that you will never ever be able to spot on garbage like this, right? That's why I've always said that price action charts make a difference. Price action charts make an impact, but more importantly, price action charts let you clearly and visibly spot the clues that the market gives you. To me, that's the holy grail. That's why I think that pivot points are so statistically significant and important in your trading. Okay, now let's get to the moment of truth here. All right, how do you draw a trend line using these dots? Well, first of all, guys, you don't have to do it by hand. Okay, can you see this green line right here? This was a system drawn trend line. This particular strategy or build, the automated trend lines, is going to draw trend lines for you all the time. And it's going to jump around, right? For example, here was the first trend line. Here was the second trend line. And here was the third trend line. Makes sense? So just like that, let's count it. 1, 2, 3. There were only 3 entries today, right? And I would even venture a guess and say it didn't matter which of the 3 you took. All of them were hugely, massively profitable trades today, right? That's why today was what I call a monster trading day, a monster trading session, all asset classes, all right? You guys think I'm joking. Well, this chart right here is the S&P 500, okay? If you trade futures, your symbol is ES. If you trade stocks, your symbol is SPY. You guys probably know that. What about you Forex traders? Here is Forex, GBP USD, one of my favorites. Isn't that interesting how all you need to do is draw these pivot points, connect it with a straight line. Your entry happens right here. Your stop gets placed at the most recent swing low, right? Still in this winning trade. Guys, you cannot dispute the power of trend trading within the context of using a simple trend line, right? Here's another one. Here's the NASDAQ. This is symbol NQ for you futures traders or QQQ for you stock traders. Let's do the same thing, all right? Go to the list, slap it onto the chart, hit the draw trend lines checkbox, hit OK. Isn't that interesting how, once again, a simple trend line nailed the starting point of a trend right over here on this trend line break. Stop goes in 1 or 2 ticks below the most recent swing low. Look at that thing rip, right? So guys, here's my point. In this trend trading video, what I wanted to show you was a simple, clean, and effective way that I think has incredible power to transform your trading. And I think that anybody can master this, right? There's nothing that I've shown you here that's complicated. You don't need a PhD in applied physics. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to master the concept of a few dots, okay? Draw those dots and connect it with a line and potentially take a trade whenever the trend line breaks, right? Why is this strategy so successful? Well, I'll tell you guys, because when you potentially trade a trend line break, all right? Let me tell you what this is about. This section in the market right here represents a potential way to get in at the beginning of a trend, right? We never want to get in during the middle of a trend. We certainly don't want to get in at the end of a trend all the way up here, right? We want to get in all the way down here. And this was just one of multiple entries from today. Here was the first one, right? If you have been following along and you think you can spot pivot points by just looking at a chart now, right? Isn't that interesting how there was another trend line earlier in the session? And isn't that interesting how the same exact pattern presented itself to us, nailing the start of a huge trend? Second time over here, nailing a huge winner, which started a trend, right? So listen, guys, here's what I want you to take away from watching this trend trading video, all right? Takeaway number one, please, please, please always make sure you trade in the direction of the trend. You want to know why you're losing at trading? Right? I'm just being real with you guys. The reason you're probably losing at trading is because you are a counter trend trader. Imagine all of those idiots today who tried to short the market today. They got their heads cut off, right? Whereas the trend trader was participating with the direction of the overall market, also known as the trend. Okay? Takeaway number two, guys, I think you should get very good, if not expert level, at using trendline automation. If you want to take this for a test drive, get in touch. This trendline automation tool that I've programmed, I think it's amazing. A lot of my customers think it's amazing. They love it. It comes with all sorts of bells and whistles, and I think you'd be very pleased with it, all right? And of course, guys, takeaway number three, for God's sakes, please practice good risk to reward metrics and techniques. Never risk more than you're going to afford to lose. Never risk more than you're comfortable losing, And of course, guys, you always have to let your winners run. That is how you participate in any market, Forex, futures, stocks, options. That is how you participate and capture huge winning trades like this, okay? Like this, like this. It's the same chart patterns day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. Makes sense? You have to make a decision, a voluntary decision, to never ever go back to garbage charts like this. I mean, let's be honest, you've probably tried this, you've probably been looking at this for who knows how long, and it hasn't worked. So how about you try something that makes sense to you, like a trend line based trend trading strategy, something that's easy, something that's clean, something that even your 6-year-old could master in just a couple of days, right? So listen, guys, that'll do it for today's video recap. Today was a monster day. I think there's going to be many, many more of the sessions and the weeks that we're having this week. I hope you killed it today in the market, guys. If you want to learn more about the strategies and the techniques and the software that I teach, feel free to get in touch. Guys, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you on the next trade.